Hey everyone, we committed the cardinal sin of Corvette ownership. We took our 2003 50th anniversary Corvette through the car wash and broke our power antenna. So we'll be replacing that today with a brand new unit we got courtesy of Amazon. I'm sure my lovely beautiful wife can figure out how to leave a link to this little snazzy part here in some description down below, up there, to the side, somewhere around there, however this works. Okay, so this whole project starts in two places. In the trunk, to remove a few panels. Okay, if you have a 2003 Vet, you're gonna have to take off these securing nuts that are over here. There's some over here. I just took off these. You can do all four. You gotta pull back this carpet, and back here, if you want to get that shot, you have your antenna connection.
Try over here.
Careful. Your antenna connections here, and your power connections here. A little bit of a pain. Okay. Now, in my case, I gotta take this out, make my life easier. So I'm going to tell you about these power antennas. You can order just the cartridge off of online somewhere. I'm sure Amazon somewhere carries them. And you can replace just the cartridge with this power antenna still inside the car. In our case, we can't, because when we went through the car wash, it distorted this brass tube down here, so we have to replace the whole thing. So that starts with that. We've unplugged our electrical connections. Next is the tail light. So get yourself, I think this is a T2 Torx, I'm not sure.
I never noticed that had something holding it in like that before you started unscrewing it.
Oh, if I was really smart.
Actually, there are two. You can see the other one right there.
Yep, I'd use my spiffy power tools to get off. Oh, one other thing I want to mention. There's a locking nut. If you do go ahead and decide that you need to replace just the antenna mast, you need to remove this first, okay, before you try to pull that sucker out, or you'll never get it out. And you'll damage a whole lot of expensive plastic. Okay. Once the second screws out, you've got to kind of tilt it out. Here's your light. It's also how you replace a light bulb too, by the way. You get that locking tab, depress it, your light comes out, you put that aside. You have another electrical connection here, and I don't know if you can get a shot on the inside there, but there's your motor, your power antenna. Here's your ground strap, and then you have these two 10mm socket, 10mm nuts that you're going to need to remove, which we'll do now. Open up. Put the right socket on. Finagle, you got to bring it down a little bit, or kind of finagle it down through this rubber grommet, and be careful of this ground strap in here. Got to do a little dance with some of these wires here. Whole unit. Now there is a clearance All right, you have a grommet here too. You're gonna have to push in. I don't know if you want to get this shot over here.
Which way?
Right here. There's a grommet here. Can you see it?
No, your hands are away. There you go.
That some people can just yank on this and pull it out. I just feel it's easier to use both hands to try to work it through. Okay. Like I said, there's a clearance slot here. And I'm sure the good old folks at GM put there so you can take this whole thing out with the bracket. Now you're going to need that bracket, so don't pitch it. So get your, I think this is an 8mm. Yep. And of course, at some point, you want to do a side-by-side just to make sure they sent you the right part. We've had them send us the wrong part a couple times already. So I just do the good old-fashioned side-by-side comparison to see what I have here. Make sure my wire connections are correct. Yep, everything's there. Ground shot. It's all in. Okay. Now, a little tip, pro tip here. A little bit of WD-40 won't hurt. Okay.
You just want to put the bracket back on?
I do.
Pro tip.
Pro tip, listen to your wife.
I think that WD-40 just got in my eye.
Won't hurt you. No, it didn't.
Well, it stings.
No, it's WD-40.
It's a stupid breeze. You think my glasses would be enough to protect me? Apparently I need like goggles.
Now, I went ahead and I'll feed my wires in first through that hole. It's in there. Again, you have a clearance slot, so there's no reason to force this thing. If you do, you will definitely scratch your paint. And then I just stick my finger down here and kind of use it as a guide. And just finagle it up, and that's it. Make up your connections.
Pro question. Did you bring your keys so you can test it?
You did.
Yay!
Pro question.
Hard to believe we just washed this car. Or of course the offending accident happened. There's so much dust on it. Is it hooked back up?
Almost. Okay. All right. Let's give it a test.
Let's give it a test. And there it goes.
Everybody deserves to be treated.
Very nice.
And now,
So, button it up, reverse order. You guys can handle that. You don't need me to drone on and on, but bottom line is, for, what was this, $120 part? You go to the dealer, the dealership, they're gonna charge you a whole lot more, plus whatever they're gonna get you for labor. So
We're at 11 minutes.
there you go. That's all. Have a nice day.